Welcome back to the best team for Unova. This week we are doing Black and White 2, and these games are definitely way different than the originals, right Whoops?
They sure are. Black 2 and White 2 have different Pokemon to offer than just Pokemon native to Unova, so now we have a lot more options. There are also a lot of features that made the game totally different as well, such as gym leaders and a lot of main story battles.
As always, we are going to be providing a team that does well against the rival, gym leaders, Elite Four members, champion, and the many leaders of Team Plasma such as Zinzalon, Colress, the Shadow Triad, and Getsis. We will also be providing movesets for all of these Pokemon that can help out in this pinches, and of course having powerful stab attacks. These movements will also include early moves as well. Like always, egg moves will not be included. However, today we will be including tutor moves because in Driftvale City there is a move tutor that teaches Pokemon amazing moves for colored charts. So with all these new possibilities available, let's get right into building this team. So like always, we need a starter Pokemon, and today we have chosen Oshawott.
Arizo has a series over on his channel where he discusses why that starter Pokemon is the best through facts, statistics, and trainer matchups. So if you guys are curious why Oshawott is the best, then be sure to check out his video.
With all starters though, a moveset is needed, especially one that hits as powerful as Samurott. There are a lot of stab moves available for Samurott, but the main one we decided to go with is Surf. It hits powerful and can ferry you across the water. Early moves are basically any water type attack it learns as an Oshawott and Dewott. They are all really good and do very well for the levels they learn those attacks.
For coverage, the first move that we have chosen is X-Scissor. X-Scissor can come in handy against Caitlyn, Grimsley, Hughes Superior. Use at your own risk here though. Iris' Hydreigon, Colress, Beheeyem, the Shadow Triad's Absol, and Getsis' Hydreigon. We also decided to give Samurott Ice Beam. Even though it's received really late, it is still a very useful move for most of Iris' team except for Lapras and Aggron. But we have Water Stab for the Aggron and other Pokemon to take out Lapras.
Now we can start officially building our team, and the first Pokemon we have chosen is Magnemite. This electromagnet Pokemon can be found right below Verbank City in the Verbank Complex, being accessible very early game. Magnemite evolves into Magneton at level 30, and can then become a Magnezone if leveled up in Chartstone Cave. Magnemite is great in Black and White 2 with its amazing typing of Electric and Steel. Steel typing resists so many types, and is definitely very useful when it comes to taking those resisted hits while being able to counteract with that incredible special attack stat. Sure, Magnezone is slow, but its other stats definitely make up for it. Even if Magnezone takes a full hit, Sturdy can kick in and be your savior. This Pokemon is definitely a true champion for Black and White 2.
So because Magnezone really does not have that many coverage moves, we're just going to go over everything. For basic stab moves in its early days as a Magnemite or Magneton, we recommend the likes of Thundershock and Spark, and then get Magnet Bomb when it becomes a Magneton. After that, you get Discharge, so you have a nice electric type move with a 30% chance to paralyze the target. These electric type moves do extremely well against Marlin, Skyla, Hughes Unpheasant, Chantal's Drifblim, Caitlyn's Sigilif, and Iris' Archeops and Lapras. For its final electric move though, we feel Thunderbolt is the best as it hits hard and comes into play when taking on the Elite Four. Steel typing is a different story though. Did we mention that Magnemite totally walls Roxy? Literally, she cannot touch Magnemite. There's also the fact that its steel moves punch holes through all of Zinzalon's team, and like we said before, its steel typing resists almost everything. So use that thing as an attacking wall. The earliest steel moves it gets is Mirror Shot at level 25, and then later on Flash Cannon at level 35. Flash Cannon though is the best move it can get and the one that we recommend the most.
So, coverage moves. Literally nothing. I mean, if you want Tri Attack, that's an option for Magneton with the Mover Learner, if you want to wait to evolve it. It's good because it has a 20% chance to burn, freeze, or paralyze the target, and these are high chances. Status conditions have the chance to really turn a battle around. Thunder Wave is our last move. Magnezone is very slow, and being able to cripple that speed is very good. This comes in handy for all those speedster Pokemon.
While we're in the Verbank Complex scooping up Magnemite, we're also going to pick up the puppy Pokemon Growlithe. This little guy is going to be really useful for us throughout our journey, and it's going to be put to use almost instantly when we get to Castelia City against Berg and his bugs. Now, after Berg, we're going to let our dog sit on the bench for a little bit, but it's going to be a huge asset to us around the Team Plasma event. For this pup to become useful, we need to evolve it, and for that, we need to go into the desert resort and look for the hidden firestone.
For this blazing pup, we need some stab moves, and with a variety of great fire moves and pretty similar attack and special attack stats, any side will do. Its earliest fire moves it can obtain are Flame Wheel, Fire Fang, and Flame Burst. All three of these moves are great, so honestly any one of these works for the level it gets them at. Flame Wheel is just slightly better than Fire Fang though, due to the accuracy of Flame Wheel being at 100%. The final move I recommend though is Flamethrower. It has 90 base power and it's 100% with a 10% chance to burn. Flare Blitz is also great, but there's recoil damage, and after all those recoil hits, the HP can really stack up. Growlithe's fire typing does well against Berg's team aside from Dwebble, Skyla's Skarmory, Hugh's Superior, the Shadow Triad's Pawniard and Bisharp, Colress's team except Behem, Zinzalon's team, and Grimsley's Bisharp.
This Pokemon gets some crazy coverage attacks. The first one we recommend is Thunderfang, as it can be used against Skyla's team, Marlin's team, Hugh's Unpheasant, Chantal's Driftblim, Caitlin's Sigilif, and Iris's Lapras and Archeops. Once again, only use these if need be. We also have Dragon Pulse because this region is so dragon heavy with Drayden's team, Iris's Hydreigon, Haxorus and Druddigon, Ghetsis' Hydreigon, and Kyurem Black or White.
For our fourth Pokemon, we found a counter to 3/4 of the Elite Four. On Route 4, you can find the shedding Pokemon, Scraggy. Unfortunately, one of its best uses is just before you find it battling Colress, and it doesn't get much usage for a while, but it's extremely useful coming towards the endgame. When it evolves into Scrafty, it has a decent spread of physical moves, and a decent base attack to help pull them off with. Its speed is not that good, however, its defense stats more than make up for it.
As far as level up moves go with Scraggy, it doesn't really get much until it hits level 31 where it learns High Jump Kick. With a 130 base power, it's an amazing attack, if you can pull it off, as if it misses, you'll take damage in return. Just before it evolves, it learns Crunch, which is a decent stab move, which if it hits for super effective damage, will pretty much end any psychic type. You will want to use this Pokemon for strength at Victory Road, as this is the only other option for the move other than Arcanine, which would be a waste on it.
For coverage, Scrafty can learn all of the elemental punches from the Move Tutor in Driftvale. After you beat Skyla, you have access to Reversal Mountain, where in Dust Clouds you can pick up red shards. 10 of these and the Move Tutor will teach you one of these moves. We recommend Ice Punch because, well, Dragon types. Dragon types everywhere. Not many other coverage moves are needed because the rest of the team covers them pretty well. As we said before, Scrafty deals with the Elite Four, mainly Chantel, Caitlin, and Grimsley. Also, it does well against Iris' entire team, Ghetsis' Coffer-Grigus and Hydreigon, Drayden's and Zinzalon's team, and against Colress. Basically, Scrafty runs through Team Plasma.
Now we need a flying type, and I think it's time to bring back an old friend. Once again, we are not going to use Unpheasant. Once again, we will be using Sigilif. Now, so we don't repeat ourselves, I'm going to give you a quick rundown. Sigilif is possibly the best flying type in Unova. Besides its physical attack stat not being too good, the rest of its stats are really good, allowing Sigilif to be used in a variety of situations. Its move pool is vast and deals with a lot of Pokemon you will encounter. In Black 2 and White 2, Sigilif only gets better. With tutor moves introduced, its move pool is even deeper than before. You now have moves like Heat Wave for a possible burn and Signal Beam for confusion. If you need a refresher from our more in-depth analysis last week, click here to rewatch the video and then come back, as our last Mon may end up surprising you.
And our final Pokemon is found in the Desert Resort, which is strange because it seems like most of our team can be found in the area too. Trapinch is a cute little ground type that evolves into Flygon and completes our team. Now if you can deal with the slow grower that is Trapinch, at level 25 it learns Rock Slide, which makes for a great way to dispatch Skyla, and especially Elace's Emolga. At level 39 it learns Earth Power. And at level 45, it evolves into Flygon and gets Dragon Tail, later to be replaced by Dragon Claw at level 55. As far as coverage goes, we decided on Signal Beam as it deals a lot of damage to Caitlin, Grimsley, and Colress's Behem.
With all these moves, Flygon can also deal with Elisa, Hugh's Simisear and Unpheasant, Clay's Excadrill, Drayden, if you watch out for those dragon attacks, the Shadow Triad's Bisharp and Pawniard, Iris' team and Ghetsis' Hydreigon, Drapion, Toxicroak, and Kyurem Black and White.
Well, that pretty much wraps up the best team for Black and White 2. Lots of new Pokemon were introduced to Unova, and definitely made the experience a lot better in terms of viability and variety. What Pokemon do you feel are the best though? Share them with us in the comment section below. I must say there are a lot of rare Pokemon in Unova. Which ones are the hardest to get though?
Oh, it's funny you say that, because over on my channel we did a video where we figure out just that. So if you guys want to know what the hardest Pokemon to obtain in Unova are, click this iCard up here in the corner.
If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like and share this video with a friend. With that being said though, I've been Mystic Umbreon, and I will see you in the future for more Pokemon content.